Wrestling has more than one royal family. Acknowledge me! And we
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I am one half dynamic duo Twisted alongside Brother Pyro.
What up, y'all?
And we are recapping Survivor Series War Games.
I know we a week late.
Yeah, we a little late, so sorry. Why don't we jump right into it? Get us started, Brother Pyro.
We opened the show with the women's War Games match. Misspoke on the pre-show, by the way.
Yes.
Because they said it was going to be the men's. I have a gripe. Immediately starting this show.
Yes, I agree.
Where were my shark cages?
In the back due to the arena.
No, nobody was being led into the arena until it was their time to be in the match. You know what? Screw you. Screw all of you. No.
No. Anyways.
So we start off the match, I think it was, Charlotte and Asuka?
Yes. Renewing that rivalry. They had just had a match one-on-one the night before, in which Charlotte picked up the victory to give her team the entrance advantage. Yes.
As the night progressed, we had Charlotte, Asuka, then it was... who else? I want to say it was then IYO.
Yep, IYO.
And...
Then we had, I believe it was Becky.
Okay.
Then it was Alexa and Kairi. And Kairi was the first one, aside from Becky, to introduce a weapon. Becky brought in a kendo stick. Kairi brought in a fake chain. I'm going to point that out that it was fake.
That she's still carrying it around. Then we had AJ and Nia, and then rounding us off, we had Rhea and...
Lash.
Match was very slow. And I get it. You want to conserve your energy for when the match officially starts, but also you want to put down as much of a beatdown on your opponents as possible to try, when the match does officially start, you can end it as quickly as possible. The match really didn't seem to pick up any real head of steam till we got Lash and Rhea.
I agree.
I love AJ, but there wasn't a lot when she made her entrance. Kind of made me sad. Having her towards the back, though, was a good strategy. This is her first War Games. You don't know how well she's going to keep up.
Mm-hmm. That's what I
Having her being at the 4 or 5, one of those last entrants was the right move.
What I hate so much that I have seen a lot in the wrestling world about AJ Lee is a lot of people who didn't watch the Divas era don't understand the hype behind her name. And if you don't understand the hype behind the name AJ Lee, you really need to go back and educate yourself with how much she put the women's division back in the Divas era when they were only allowed to tell a story in 2 to 3 minutes of a match.
Listen,
how
she
much
did
she
a lot
put
of...
on her shoulders for that division.
She advocated a lot. She carried that division really well, and she fought for a lot better opportunities for the women.
She was the one that gave Divas a chance, that hashtag that actually got her in trouble in the back. And instead of actually pinning it on who started that, they gave it to the Bellas. Why? Because the Bellas were intercoursed with the 2 most popular men at the time in WWE.
And those were the people you wanted to make a star.
Yep.
Those were the people you wanted to make stars from the get-go. And AJ was never going to be part of your, at that time, your demographic. She wasn't going to fit your mold, and so she's never going to get the credit I feel she deserves.
So again, if you don't know the hype behind the name AJ Lee, go back and watch her stuff. Go back and see why at the time of this women's, starting revolution, she was the champion for 295 days. And you can fight me on it. Nikki Bella shouldn't have been champion for 301.
You're right. She shouldn't have been. But in the record books, she is. Now, with that being said, no longer relevant about that one. Let's get back into the WarGames match.
Yep, go.
You got your little tangent off.
I did.
How you feel?
Better.
Good. But again, match really wasn't memorable.
Fell flat.
It really did fall flat, and that makes me sad because they've done it so well in the past. So I don't know what about this year other than the lack of shark cages.
Changed it. I think it was the women.
The feel. I honestly, because like no team really had chemistry.
No.
Like they were just, we're gonna throw this together to have a women's WarGames match. Best part about this, going into our closing moments, Lash got misted by Asuka on obvious total miscommunication. It happens. IYO getting her trash can spot because 3 things are synonymous with
WarGames.
with WarGames.
Yep. Go.
It's gonna be chaos. Rhea's gonna come out with some badass mask. This year's theme, Art the Clown from the Terrifier series. Beautiful. And IYO's gonna jump off the top of the cage while wearing a trash can. The way they got that trash can up to her, AJ like trying to hold it up. Miss Ma'am, I love you, but you're a little short.
Would you like help? And you hear AJ clear as day on camera. Yes, please.
It was adorable. So they lift her on, I think it was Rhea, on her shoulders. IYO, here's your trash can, and trash can swanton! Which leads to AJ Lee locking in the Black Widow on Becky Lynch.
Who survived the trash can swanton.
Yes.
She backed up.
And 1, 2, you have tapped out, even though you want to say it was rigged and that you didn't, and that Jessica...
You were waving over the other participants, even though they were clearly on the floor.
And that Jessica Carr is this crooked ref, and now she's protesting Raw until her demands are met, which is getting her title back for Maxine, because AJ cost her, and she didn't actually lose that, and that she wants an apology, and Jessica Carr suspended.
We're going to get more into Becky Lynch in a minute.
But, like, my guy, listen, you tapped out, the entire world saw it, it's not just us saying it. It's not just me saying it, ESPN is saying it, Jessica Carr is saying it, Michael Cole said it on commentary.
Yep.
Becky, you tapped out. You lost the match for your team. Congratulations to Charlotte, Alexa, IYO, Rhea, and AJ on their victory.
Jumping into our next match, we have the Intercontinental Championship. John Cena defends against Dominik Mysterio. This match, starting us off, was absolutely beautiful. Beautiful back and forth. I do want to point out, Dominik did come out with Raquel and Roxanne.
Yes.
And that does play a factor a little bit later into the match. Beautiful back and forth. Then there was a moment on the outside. I'm going to get quick through this match because there's a lot to cover.
No, this match had a lot.
He attempted to do a Hurricanrana just like Penta had done in the Last Time Is Now tournament and looked to have busted his shoulder the same as Penta. Dude must have really been watching that tape. Like, on repeat for this.
Because, dude, I legit, like, he got us all. We all thought, like...
We'll get into that. John Cena gets into the ring. He's worried. He's asking the ref. He's trying to make sure we got medical coming down.
Being the true professional that he is.
Yep. He turns around, and Raquel hits him with her finisher, which is the...
Tahara
Bomb. Roxanne comes in, hits John Cena with her finisher, Pop Rocks. And in true Mysterio fashion, Dominik takes the advantage, throwing Cena to the ropes, hitting a 619. And as he goes for the pin, the ref is like, dude, what, you, injury. No, I'm mad at you.
He played us all.
Truly Eddie's son.
Raquel and Roxanne then get booted from ringside.
Yes, they do. And once the ref is down on an accidental shoulder tackle via John Cena, we have the rest of the Judgment Day to come down.
And you said Judgment Day wasn't going to get involved.
I didn't think so, honestly.
I knew they would.
Only because the last couple times that Dominik Mysterio has defended his title against Rusev and Penta. They haven't been around. There's been this, like, really big separation between him and them. And that's why I didn't feel that they were going to get involved. At least JD and Finn. But here they come down, beat up Cena in, true beat up John Cena fashion. Kind of knocking him all over the ring, getting him outside of the ring. And then the ref comes to a bit. We get the 1, 2, and Cena kicks out. Only to hear the music from a returning Liv Morgan, who comes out, gets very happily in the face of Dominik, and slaps him across the face, which is something I'm pretty sure all of us want to do.
Yes. I'm like, oh my God, he betrayed him. She's done with him. She broke up with him on TV in the middle of probably the biggest match of his career.
And then she turns to Cena, jumps in his arms, and
You're like, I don't know how to respond.
And after about 20 seconds, we get the face shift of the Chucky doll. I'm sorry, the bride of Chucky. My bad. She jumps down, kicks Cena in the no square. And
no, don't touch me there. This is no square.
Essentially helps Dominik pick up the win.
He did pull the boot again, by the way.
He did.
That was fun.
That was, amidst all the Judgment Day action, that was kind of in the back of my mind, sir. So, but Dominik Mysterio
to those little details.
Picks up the win, now becoming the new and 2-time Intercontinental Champion.
And the Judgment Day is whole again.
Yes. As Liv says, we're back, baby. All right. Into our next match, sir.
Into the next match, nothing of actual why the hell did this happen?
Yep.
Stephanie Vaquer defends against Nikki Bella. This match really had not much substance to it.
No.
Nikki no-sold most of this match.
I agree. Especially the Devil's Kiss out on the
I think that's one of the only things that she sold.
She sold it during the part. However, if you remember, once she fell to the ground and Stephanie got her in the ring, she immediately stood back up.
Yeah.
As if that had no effect to her.
But, match wasn't great. These women definitely do not know how to work well with each other. We're going to need a few more times. Maybe. But honestly, Nikki Bella, why are you even back? Stand by that.
Yep.
We'll forever stand by that. Go away. Match wasn't great. We got the Devil's Kiss on the outside, on the announce table. Best part about that was Michael Cole you could hear the excitement. I've never been this close to the Devil's Kiss before. And Wade Barrett telling him, hey man, you need to calm down.
The only thing I will say about the Devil's Kiss is the only thing that was right about it was the way Nikki sold it.
Yes.
And me and you both agreed on that live. Where she sold it very beautifully instead of just frantically flapping her arms like every other woman does.
And what happened, she got rolled into the ring, was given a second Devil's Kiss, and then...
No-sold the hell out of that one.
And then Stephanie hit her with, I don't even remember what the spinal tap or something like that.
Whatever.
1, 2, 3, Stephanie Vaquer solidifies her title in probably the biggest defense of her career because of
the
name.
That's it. Okay.
She is still your women's world champion.
Next. Alright, men's WarGames match. We have the World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk starting us off against Bron Breakker. I'm not going to lie when I say that the minute that Bron's music hit with CM Punk being the one in the ring, I looked at Flash and I said, oh, they want to kill him. They want to kill Punk.
We don't need 2 funerals in the same week. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about, thoughts and prayers out to CM Punk and his beautiful wife AJ Lee as their dog Larry has passed.
Yeah, so sad. Going into the quick order, we obviously had Bron Breakker. Bron's team won the advantage thanks to Logan Paul. Lord, don't ever make me say that again. I believe Logan was the next one out, and then we had Jimmy Uso. It was, I want to say Bronson Reed, and then we had Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, leaving us off with Roman and Lesnar to be the last 2. There was a moment in the entrances that after taking down the Vision side of the team that they replayed Jay's music and everybody was yeeting inside these cages. And that had the, casual fans on a gripe.
Dude.
They were so mad. Why do you do this? Wrestling's fake because of this. Why have this in the middle of them? Because it's entertainment. Do you not know what the E in WWE stands for? It means entertainment,
We're in
Karen.
the sports entertainment business. But, dude, the TikToks I have watched coming out of it, bruh. Why did you spend 3 whole ass minutes yeeting on top of the cage instead of continuing to beat down the opposition?
I agree with that one. However, I do like the let's replay my music, get a minute or two, not even a minute and a half into that, and then...
No, he spent an entire 3 minutes on the cage, and then up she comes Lesnar.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, jumping back into this, you got to see Lesnar come in, obviously, work with the team and dominate to everybody's, to nobody's surprise is what I was trying to get out. Roman Reigns comes in. He has this, big gripe against Lesnar. Both teams absolutely beat the hell out of each other. Closing moments, though, we see a masked man climb up the cage and jump down into the ring. And at the moment, you have Bron Breakker and CM Punk that are the only two that are technically awake at this point. Looking at the masked man, looking at each other like, did you invite him? Because I didn't invite him. Who invited this man to the party? He then super kicks Punk in the face and curb stomps him, which we all know is a signature for Seth Rollins, and then just dips. CM Punk then gets picked up. Brock Lesnar runs the ropes a couple times, spears him, and picks up the win for his team.
Can we talk about the brass knuckled Superman punches? Because Roman was able to intercept Logan Paul's brass knuckles a little earlier in the match.
Bring it up.
Because, ow.
Yeah. I want to talk about the fact that when Roman Reigns made his entrance, Brock Lesnar actually stepped out of the cages, which, if the actual match had started and the bell had rung for this, that would have disqualified his team. However, with the fact that Roman didn't enter the cages
hadn't entered the cages yet,
they did a little bit of a beatdown to each other.
So it's funny because I'm talking to one of my group chats.
Yeah.
On Discord, and one of the guys is complaining yo, Lesnar exited the ring. Doesn't that mean his team lost? And me and somebody else in there were like, no. Match hasn't officially started because Roman still hasn't entered the cage. And he was like, oh, okay. But I guess that makes sense. But so Lesnar is free to exit and enter the
cages he wants.
Yeah, enter the ring as much as he wants until Roman gets in.
Can I just say, out of both WarGames matches, I'm a little upset at the lack of weapons.
Yeah.
There wasn't a ton of weapons at all.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So, speaking of the Masked Man, obviously we thought we were going to get the reveal on Monday. We did not. I was talking to Tank and Cursed.
Yes.
And we were on our way home from a concert. We were talking.
Yeah.
And it was, how do you think SmackDown's going to go?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, it's not going to be anything super special. Raw definitely wasn't.
No, we're not going to get the reveal anytime
And Cursed asked me, do you think we're going to get that? And I was like, no. We don't get that reveal till January.
Okay.
The January 5th episode of Raw. CM Punk, Bron Breakker. That masked man is going to come out, screw Punk out of his title. Bron Breakker's going to walk away as new champion. That's when we get the reveal.
Okay.
There's a lot of speculations on who it could be. I've read Austin Theory. I've read Tony D'Angelo.
I've read Randy Orton.
Randy. It really could be a number of people.
I've read Becky Lynch.
I speculated Becky Lynch because, you know what, your wife beat me earlier. I hate you as much as my husband hates you.
It can't be Seth Rollins because he just had shoulder surgery, and the way that the person was climbing, no injured shoulder could have done that.
Right. Pierce on Raw was definitely trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And everybody's coming to the same conclusion. Look, Rollins was here at the show. He was walking around, no sling. Maybe it was him. Nobody really knows for sure.
I'm going to lay it out right now. I believe 100% it's Austin Theory.
Another friend made a joke. What if it was Moxley?
No.
I was like, dude, that's too small to be Moxley.
Not only that, but that, in a way, screws Roman. And who's the one person to never screw Roman? Dean Ambrose, John Moxley is the only member of the Shield.
They've never betrayed each other.
That hasn't screwed Roman. And in that way, that screws Roman.
So, because you already went over the winner.
Yep.
Post-match, Punk and Roman, shake hands.
Yes.
They had that mutual respect.
Roman
looks at Cody.
Yeah.
Cody doesn't accept his help up. And Roman looks at him as he's making his exit. This is the last time we're ever going to tag together. This is the last time we're ever going to team together.
And Cody says, understood. We get our post-credits, and the show closes. And with that, we are concluded on WarGames. Overall, there was nothing really aside from the IC title match. That was great. There was a few parts of the men's that stood out, don't get me wrong. It was a beautiful match. However, the one that stole the show of this entire card is the IC title match.
Yes, ma'am.
With that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, sorry for being a week late, but schedules are what schedules are, unfortunately, at the moment. Brother Pyro, any other words for them?
Nope.
And with that, we are out. Later.